People, happy Friday. Let's get into how to cut out objects in Photopea. You can use any photo you have. I would love something that maybe you've taken, if it's a pet or a friend or a family member or something. But if you don't have anything, you can grab something from Google. I have one of our dogs here. This is little Ruthie, RGB. So I'm going to start obviously by putting your image in, and then we're going to look at some of the tools over here. The third tool down, the magic wand tool, if you click down on the corner, you'll see three tools here. There's magic wand, quick selection, and object selection. Object selection only really works if you have an object kind of all by itself with a nice solid background. There's just too much going on in this background. So we're going to use the quick selection. When I click on quick selection, it's going to analyze my image for a moment. And just like a brush, I can change the size. So I'm going to make this a little larger, take down the hardness a little bit. And then I'm going to click off. Now, I want to start clicking on Ruthie here. It's a little hard to see my cursor, but I'm going to start in her face here, in her snout. And I clicked once and it selected like way too much. So I know that that's just too much going on. It's like blending with the background too much. There's too many grays. If there's too many similar colors, I'm just gonna hit edit, undo. I'm gonna go back to my tools here and I'm gonna try magic wand instead. With magic wand, I have more options here. So this is the one that you probably will have to go with unless the quick selection can get most of your object. The quick selection and magic wand are similar, but this one gives you more. Make sure that there's a set of circles here up top in the top left. You want to be on the one that says unite. It's two circles filled in. Feather, you want to keep it at a couple pixels, and tolerance is something we're going to play with here. So if I click on Ruthie to start, again in the same spot, I got most of the dark area. And what it's selecting is kind of the same colored areas it sees in pixels. So if I click again, it's going to maybe choose a small area, maybe choose a big area, because my tolerance is pretty low. So she's got a lot of shadow on her face here with all this gray. So I'm going to up my tolerance a little bit. As I up my tolerance, it's going to select bigger areas. I'm clicking here on her face some more, trying to get some of this to come together. There goes her ear. Oh, no, I got part of the background there. I can either edit, undo, or we're going to show you how to clean that up later. I'm going to push my tolerance up a little bit more. I may have to go back down, we'll see. So I'm just clicking, adding as much as I can, trying to get all the dotted lines here to go to the outside edge. I've got some of the background here, a little bit too much. I can also go to my history over here to the right and click back. I don't want that couch selected, so I'm gonna start clicking down here in her Paw Patrol shirt she's wearing. Click on her paw here. Click on her other leg here. Oh, I got too much. I'm gonna lower my tolerance and try to click her leg here again and hope it doesn't select the couch. So what I'm doing is every time I'm clicking, it's uniting all the selections that I've made. All right, I have quite a bit of her selected, but there's a lot of little choppy parts everywhere. So what we're going to do now is clean that up. We're going to go to this Refine Edge button up here. And I'm going to click this once, and I'm going to wait patiently. So I click it once. It's going to open a whole new window, so it's going to take a moment. Okay. Now what it's showing you here is what you're selecting and then what you have selected so far. So this is as much Ruthie as I have so far. She looks like zombie Ruthie. I need to go in and select some more. So you're still here, you're going to start kind of painting. You're going to use the white to add selection or the black to take selection away. I can also zoom in a bit or zoom out. So I'm going to click on the white here. This brush is a little big. I'm going to take it down a bit, drop my hardness a little bit. And I'm going to come in here and just start painting inside of her. And as I do, like I'm going to get her eyes here, obviously, so she doesn't look like a zombie dog. I'm going to get her nose. As I paint inside of her, I can see that it's adding white, and that is going to add to the selection. I'm holding down my trackpad or mouse this whole time. Obviously, if you have a mouse, this is going to be easier. If you're doing it on a trackpad, it's a little more difficult. Okay, I've got kind of the top half of her more selected, so I'm going to let go. And on the right side, I should see more of her appear in a moment. There we go. So there's more of her. I'm going to go up and select black and try to take away this part of the background that I don't want, the part of the mantle here that it's selected. So I'm going to paint with my black, take out this line, let go, and I should see that line, that background line disappear. Cool. Then I'm also going to get in here where it got part of the carpet, the rug I should say, behind her. And yes, I'm going slow and being kind of patient, which is not exactly what you all want to do, but it's what needs to be done. So I'm going to try to end this a little faster. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. Again, get in here, try to finish painting this. I'm going to go a little too fast. I might mess up a little bit, but I want to show you the end of this and not make this video super long. So see here, I'm choosing a little too much. I should have made my brush smaller, but there I have a pretty decent selection of her. Get her shoulder there a little bit. Okay. So let's say that this was my selection and it was nice and clean. Obviously I need to clean up that floor and this, but when I'm all done, if this looks good, you can see that you have different things here. You can make it into a new layer, a raster mask, or a selection. We're going to make it into a new layer, and we're going to hit OK. And now Ruthie is just her own layer, just her. And if I click on the background and put it back, but let's say I get my move tool and I'm on that layer, I can move Ruthie around. And now I have two Ruthies. Oh God, two Ruthies staring at the window. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these objects and use them within our GIF. All right, that's it for that. Try it out. We're going to cut some various objects out today and see if we can put them kind of into a mini GIF like we did the tangible pieces out of the magazine. All right, thanks.